Hi there, croeso. Mae'r haul yn gwenu mewn storm. Chi'n clywed fe? Ydy hwn yn recordio? Be sy'n chwarae hwn o bryd yw track cynta o'r enw Prep oddi ar Sing With Me Frankey. A be dwi eisiau wneud efo chi nawr yw rhoi rhyw fath o DVD, director's chat, neu beth bynnag maen nhw'n galw e. Dyma'r gan gynta, sef yr union beth hynny. Cyn I fi recordio'r album, oedd rhaid fi siarad gyda chyfrifiadur ynglyn â beth o'n i'n bwriadu wneud. What am I gonna do, dwi'n gofyn. So you're listening to Bob's Pritch talk about his new album. I'm not going to play you the songs, but I'm going to discuss the songs whilst I play them. It's a kind of director's DVD extra. Back in the day, we used to have directors and actors of films like Basil Fawlty talking over Fawlty Towers. I've just changed. You won't get that with FIFA.
There's no political symbolism whatsoever.
No, so dyma'r gan gynta. I have to decide when this comes out on vinyl. I don't think this one will be on the album.
Share this video with you now so that I can
The sun is shining at me now in the most dramatic of yellow skies during a storm. I do hope this is recording. Is it recording? It is recording. So this is track 1 and it's just stopped, and this is track 2, which is called Forgetfulness, and it's the hit single. What a song this is. How do I stop it? How do I stop it? There we are. Come with me, travel the world, it says. So let me just explain. I've been working with Frank Norton. Where am I gone? I've gone somewhere. Where have I gone? There I am. I've been working with Frank Norton on 2 days. Dwi 'di bod yn gweithio gyda fe. He's an absolute genius, that guy. Absolute genius. And like the first song, Prep, tries to suggest, I'd worked with him once before with MC Mabon recording this album. Nah, do other minute. It's on the other shelf. It's on the other shelf, but I'd done 3 songs and I knew that I would be able to work with this guy, Frank Norton, because he was so sensitive to spontaneity. And what I discovered then is that I hadn't seen him play his instruments with MC Mabon. I'd just come back. I'd just gone in to do some recording, raps and things and singing and spoken word stuff. That's on MC Mabon's album, the New World Order thing. So that was in 2023. It's now 2025, and I'm so happy to have accomplished this recording with Frank Norton in 2 days and 3 hours. That's 19 hours for 47 minutes worth of music, and he's been absolutely brilliant. So diolch, Frank. Let's listen to more of this song if I can play it. Being blown by the wind refrigerator. And it really is being blown by the wind with Frank and me in the studio. We just don't know where we're going to go. We don't know. Dydyn ni ddim yn gwybod ble ni'n mynd I fynd. So it's really fab. It's really fab to be able to create such a spontaneous rate. The only thing that I did prepare was to get a bunch of lyrics, and here they are. I put them in a plastic bag with other ones, and these are the ones that survived and made it to the album. Look at these things. Maen nhw yn Gymraeg, maen nhw yn Saesneg. I'm a bilingual singer. I'm going to go on a bit of a rant now. Dydy Cymru ddim eisiau gwrando arno fi. Dyn nhw'n boddran. So I've turned to singing in English to make sure that the AI robots listen to me from America who pretend to be pianists. But really they're not real people. So that's what you're asking me what the impetus and the inspiration for the album is. Well, is to reflect life in 2025 in my life. And I'm doing it at a time of personal trauma, hardship, tragedy, bereavement. So the trauma, teenagers do their hair in car mirrors. That's another song. So this is Forgetfulness. And let me tell you, mae e'n gan sy'n deillio o hen gan sgwennes i yn 1993 o'r enw Torri fy Nghalon. Wedyn nes i recordio Torri fy Nghalon yn 2014 ar gyfer album o'r enw Let Me Tell You a Story About Cold Tan and fy mola. But I was so deranged at the time, I didn't really do it. So when I prayed, we went downstairs into the drum and guitar, electric guitar room, and I didn't know what I was going to do. And Frank told me play something, and I was playing some nonsense. And then I suddenly played this. What did I play? I played this. What did I play? I played this.
The so-called sun will be hot. The rain is torrential.
And I'd always loved that since 1993 because it stemmed from a true life experience where my heart was broken. And there's nothing, well, there are worse things. Bereavement is worse. But breaking your heart is also, you know. So death and divorce is pretty high up on the low list. But this song, now, after recording the drums and the guitar together, improvising it, Frankey edited a few things, put a 3-minute song together without, you know, just by judging the music. Said, what are you going to sing over it? Well, I tried to sing something in Welsh or enw anghofusrwydd, and it didn't fit. In that half a minute when I tried to sing, I knew I had to, and funnily enough, I'd recorded I'd written English versions of the Welsh song, Forgetfulness. Have I got it here to show you? I don't think I have. Because they're on the phone downstairs. Never mind. But I did have these pictures. This is, now then, let me just share with you. I recorded 2 days. I recorded these songs, which you're hearing now, Forgetfulness and Prep, on the first day. So ar y diwrnod cynta. Let's go on to the third song. This one's called, and you hear that? That's the trusty, you know what that is, don't you? That's this thing. Because on the first day, as Prep explains, I took my hi-hat and my little keyboard, this thing, with me, knowing that this would inspire the inspirational process. You just press a button and a rhythm comes out, and that's the way I've operated. Funnily enough, ar ôl gorffen yr album yma, dwi ddim eisiau cyffwrdd unrhyw offerynnau nawr. Na, dwi ddim eisiau gwneud gwaith byrfyfyr chwaith. Dwi eisiau bod yn fwy trefnus. Dwi wedi cael rhywbeth mawr allan o fy system. A mae'r holl syniad o rando ar ganeuon byrfyfyr hip-ho yn yr eira nawr, neu hip-ho-bo. Dwi ddim eisiau. Dwi wedi cael blas ar beth yw e i greu rhywbeth cyfyngedig, byr, disgybledig. So byddai'n mynd mewn i studio yn y dyfodol agos, a wedi trefnu A fyddai'n canu cyneuon dwi wedi sgwennu sydd yn wedi cael eu recordio o'r blaen. A fyddai'n cadw atyn nhw yn dyn ac yn geidwadol. Da iawn. So dyma'r gan Ask Me, a mae fy mab fenga yn dweud bod e'n hoffi'r gan yma. That's good enough for me. So be mae wedi wneud ar hwnna yw, what Frankie's done on that one, he's just looped a couple of bars of the guitar that I played over that rhythm, and we've turned it into a gorgeous song. And the way he transforms songs with his bass playing is quite amazing, and also hand clapping and other hand clapping and echoes and a bit of keyboard here and there, but not on this one, I don't think so. Let's have a listen to it.
Walk all over my head. My stomach is...
My friend Hev, dwedodd o na, oedd y ddwy linell gyntaf, ni'n meddwl bod ti'n mynd i fod yn comedy act eto, yn siarad canu mewn acen Americanaidd.
Presenting of illness I dread. I know it is inevitable. A nightmare embraced in sovereignty. Now
then, when I recorded that, I didn't have a clue what I was going to say. I knew the lyrics were in front of me, but I didn't know the lyrics were in front of me, and dyma beth sy'n hyfryd am ganu yn fyrfyfyr. Chi'n gadael i'r music sydd wedi cael ei chreu eiliadau, munudau ynghynt, a sŵn hyfryd y microffon yn y clustffonau i'ch ysbrydoli chi, a chi'n gallu mynd gyda'r llif. Mae'n un o'r profiadau gorau o fod yn berson creadigol. Pan mae rhywbeth fel hyn yn dod at ei gilydd. A beth efo'r papur yma, right? Dwi'n sgwennu'r geiriau yn gwybod, a dwi'n dewis pa bapur i roi yn yr amlen i fynd i'r stiwdio, herwydd bod na ryw fath o sylwedd neu ysbrydoliaeth personol bwysig arwyddocaol yn y geiriau. So mae Turn You yn sôn am, dyma pam dwi'n canu i Dduw yn y gan yma. Do with me what you will. I need. A gwrandwch chi, listen to that bass line there. It is just so inspiring. So what I've done to Frankey, anyone who says, you're just living on Frankey's back, no, I've inspired Frankey to create that bass line. So it's me and Frankey. That's why I say, sing with me, Frankey. That's what he's doing. He's singing with his bass guitar. He's singing with his hand claps and his echo and his reverb. And I clapped with him as well. We were the best clappers in Cardiff that day, let me tell you that for sure. So you can listen to that one. This one now is from the second day, approximately 7 days ago. Possibly 6 days ago. This is how excited I am about this album. This one is called Fibonacci. I didn't have a clue what it was going to turn into. Oh, I knew how we do that. I knew how we did that. I was tuning the guitar and I said, right, we're going to... and I was desperate because the pressure was on. I was desperate and I started... da-da-da-da-da-da. And then I started vocalising the drum pattern. Instead of... I said ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, as I was playing the guitar. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba. And this is what we came up with. And then Frankey... He recorded that on a drum machine initially, and then he drummed this downstairs. Had this in his can. Dam, 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 dam. And listen to the lyrics. This is pure scripture. This is a very spiritual song with a little bit of spiritual ambiguity in the middle. That's why I called it Fibonacci, because we are all creative. And as the song suggests in Welsh, it says, rhifau yw ei gyd yn y bôn. And I've got a few books on the shelf talking about spiritual numbers as well. But of course, there is a source and there is a creator behind it. So that's why I refer in the middle of the song to what that source and spiritual creator requires of us and what he doesn't like. Next song. went downstairs. I didn't have a clue what I was going to play. I played a few chords, and this is what Frankey joined in. I recorded those vocals later. Recorded later. But all of this, right, is a 6-minute jam, and there isn't any edit in it, I don't think, which is amazing. And I really sincerely believe that this is inspired from a higher power. Mar nefoedd, the heavens declare God's own handiwork. But all of this is in Welsh, and it's called Gwaith ei ddwylo, the work of his hands. And it's Psalm 19, and there's a few other... let's have a look. Where is it? It's here. Look, you can actually see this paper. You can see that paper there. Look at that. That's it. And I was reading this thing as I was singing on it. And I just honestly couldn't believe. Doeddwn I ddim yn gallu credu beth oedd wedi digwydd. No backing vocals. Mewn byd delfrydol, fysa ti'n cael menywod yn canu cefndir efo fi. But listen to what Frankey does on this song. He's got beautiful bass line and he's got beautiful Hammond organ. Because I said this needs Hammond organ. It's drum and bass and guitar, similar to Forgetfulness, but it's a completely different vibe. It's far more chilled. And that's why I say it's divinely inspired, because I was chilled singing it. I sang scripture with a peace in my heart, saying this will do. It's like me saying that Wales are going to beat Belgium 3-1 the night before we beat them in 2006. I was completely 100% convinced that would be the score. And you ask my mates, gofynnwch I fy ffrindiau, a dyna oedd y sgôr, a dyna oedd fy osgo. Hollol sicr bod e fod I ddigwydd. Felly hefyd y gan hon, Gwaith ei ddwylo. Gewch chi glywed I wedyn. Nawr, mae hon yn bersonol. This is Ask Me Anything. This is Ask Me Anything, track 6, where Frankey told me, whilst we were mixing it a couple of days ago, he said, you said you weren't going to sing live, so I didn't put a mic by your voice. If you would ask me anything, but if you were to ask me... And I love that song. The lyrics are so... Shall I tell you what it's about? No, I won't tell you what it's about. It's about light. So then we needed track 7 to have more light and shade and a bit of quirk for the whole album, because this is a concept album, remember, okay? It's a concept album. It's about me going into a studio to sing about my life up until now. 60 years old on my birthday. And then, say, 6, 7, 8 weeks afterwards, to having to finish the album because I didn't have enough songs. So I recorded another 6 songs. And this one, we needed a song in contrast to the acoustic vibe. And this started off as Erasure meets Da Da Da. And it's a good laugh. I like this one. It's got a very, very loose arrangement. It's got a bass line and arpeggio, which Frankey taught me about. But basically, it's When You Call Me by the Style Council meeting Erasure. And I made up the lyrics having read... this book here... This one I'd left in the studio from the first day's recording, and Frankey gave it to me afterwards. And are the lyrics in here? I'm not sure. Yes, it's called Pistill yn y Pwll. I didn't realise that. Pistill yn y Pwll. Iechyd da are the words that I taught a driver of a truck to enunciate. And what this realised, right? When I pick up this book, I haven't got a clue what the words are on that page. Not a clue, because I'd written them possible weeks, months before. So it's so fresh for me to sing something. And then we added acoustic guitar to not to fall into the Europop trap. I don't want to fall into the Europop trap. We have to have elements of reality, not just machines. I do believe that. Talking of machines, systems ago. Now then, you know the first track, Prep. This is the second part of Prep, where I'd grabbed hold of some drumsticks, as promised in Prep, and hit the snare drum to get a rhythm track for the first song ever to be recorded with Frank. And Frank told me in the mix he deliberately kept the drums low, okay? Low. He'd kept them very low initially and then brought them up to fill out the sound because he found the consistent drum sound irritating. There are his own words. Well, if I'm irritating with my drum, what on earth is this? What on earth is this drum and bass culture? Is that irritating? No, it's groovy, I suppose. This next song, track 9, Beth Sydd, is the title track in Welsh, sef Coflaid Aml-synhwyrol. When the CD and the vinyl comes out, that's what it'll be called, Coflaid Aml-synhwyrol. So this one did have drums in it. Now, I went down on the second day to drum to the track that we'd recorded, and I pulled it off the first time, but he didn't record it. The second time I was really nervous and the hi-hat broke because it wasn't my hi-hat. So we've left it without drums for the majority of the song, and I think it works really well. It's the title track.
We rolling.
Are we rolling?
Yes.
Yes. Now then, when I say yes like that, that's a kind of defence mechanism I have. And funnily enough, when MC Mabon recorded his album in 2024 with Frank, the last one, Frank sounded like that, yes. It's a little sample voice of his. And I think I've inherited that subconsciously. But I do like this song, and the first day I recorded track 10, this was amazing. This one really consolidated my acknowledgement that we were in the right place at the right time with Frank in this studio, because I had a old rackety guitar, I tuned it alternatively, and we produced an absolute anthem which reflects Protest Song 403 from my cassette in 1988, not bad for Baldy Bob's, which is called Protest Song 403, and I have a refrain which goes like this. I sang that with James Dean Bradfield. Well, not with James Dean Bradfield, but on the same bill as James Dean Bradfield when I ran into the crowd and sang that. And the blood came out of his teeth. It's the anti-Malvinas Falklands War song. It's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. And I love the refrain. And I love the fact that I've revisited that refrain at the end of this song, and Frank's played a little bit of it on the keyboard as well during the song. So look out for that, all you Bob's fans, including Mr. Kieran Evans. Okay, here we go. The 11th track is from the first day, and it's in complete contrast to Escalation, and it's a spiritual lesson in truth, as the song title suggests. The last song is the one that I had to edit most because the guitar performance wasn't good enough. So I'm sorry, Frank, but it's good that it's shorter, and it's a jazz lounge ballad at the end of the evening, at the end of the album, where I'm asking everybody to relax.
Does dim angen I mi daflu tanwydd.
So I don't need to throw fuel onto the fire, but at the same time I need to get all of this catharsis out of me. God likes an honest heart. So I've got to try and be honest. But be honest in a creative, positive manner. I hope you enjoy the album. Gobeithio newch chi brynu'r album. Mae ar gael nawr am ddim, a pan mae'n dod mas, fydd e'n eitha rhad hefyd. So, checiwch y ddolen i gael yr album am ddim. Dwi'n dweud hwyl fawr nawr. Dyma fy enw i, Hugh Bob's Pritch. Diolch Frankey am bopeth ti wedi wneud. Diolch Griff Meredith a fy meibion am y cyngor. A diolch i Griff pan fydd e'n wneud gorffen y clawr i wneud y clawr, a gobeithio bydd pobl eraill yn gallu cyfrannu hefyd. So diolch yn fawr i chi. Na i weld chi yn Butlins. Hwyl.